Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is August 14th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Okay, I'll keep this short. Twitter at Alpha Charts 365. You can find me there, posting stuff all the time. If you want more in-depth posts, more videos, I do a separate stocks to watch. This one plus one is a even broader, longer term looking. I'm doing top setups for the week, annotated charts, the long view, which is weekly charts, midweek videos, follow ups to my annotated charts. Trader education, midweek notes, daily scanning every single day for idea generation, and much more. DMs always available. On Twitter, I'm a super follow. Again, I give you all this extra content, very small price, $10 a month. Really the best value you're going to find out there, period. Tons and tons of content. And if you want to go and get that extra content, it's very simple. Go to Alpha Charts 365. I'm going to link it down below too. This for the super follow. Hit that up, and I think you'll be very happy with it. Quite a few people have already signed up, and I appreciate all of you if you're watching this video as well. Thank you. All right, let's get started. Cues. We have this trend line. We have the break right there. I was expecting to pull back, and really very small pullback. At this point, though, we are quite extended. There's your VWAP, also the blue line from the beginning of the year, breaking above that, declining 200 SMA right above. So yes, maybe we could go move a little bit higher, but you're going to start seeing, I think, some more divergences, and we'll either need sideways action or a pullback. That being said, this is stocks to watch. There's still some stocks that are setting up. So let's take a look at what we got and see if we like any of these, right? Bunch of names. I didn't count them this week, so about 20 something, about 2025. All right, ERII. You know what? Really nice name. Again, it's pretty extended at this point. So we'd love to see it pull back, let the moving averages catch up. On semiconductors, broke out this week. There's your whoops, and it just ran right up, consolidated in this area. It's right up in this area. So yes, it broke out, but it hasn't quite made those all-time highs, I don't believe yet. Looks great, but again, just pretty extended. May need to kind of pull back a little bit. SHLS. Earnings coming up, so be careful. But yeah, love the way this looks. I'd love to see it kind of pull back a little bit. Retest maybe, let these moving averages catch up, but everything looks nice. Some oil and gas names. This is Noble Energy, Noble Corporation. I like how this is starting to set up. It may need a little bit more time, but it looks pretty good. So watch those oil and gas names. There's quite a few of them. NFE, New Fortress Energy, just an absolute beast off the bottom, right? You got this like double bottom look, total beast, way extended. Wait for the pullback. Great volume coming in. ULCC, watching this flag pattern that it's making right there. I love that it's on lower volume as it's flagging out, break of this trend line. And just because I put that here doesn't mean it can't go even further. But right now, that's what I'm looking at. Beautiful looking name right there. CEIX. This is a coal name, another energy name, dirty coal. And it's just kind of, great accumulation, moving higher. Really, really strong looking name right there. That's CEIX. Next up is Denbury. Again, oil and gas name. You just see how this area, now it made a lower high, technically lower high. So I would want to see this kind of move sideways here, let these moving averages catch up, and then start to come up and make all-time highs. HRMY, Harmony. Nice setup. Earnings out of the way. This is what we want to see. Now it just needs to take off, right? Break above, 54, 50-ish, and I think that's a place to potentially get long. FLNC, Fluent Energy, again, IPO'd way back here, not too long ago, 2021, making its first real base. So it looks pretty good. Now it's making a flag, let these moving averages catch up, and maybe it wants to move up and come and challenge this area up here. So that's FLNC, CRDO. Again, new IPO name, making its first real base. It needs a little bit more time, but definitely one to keep on a watch list. EVH. I love how this kind of broke out, came back, retested, great spot to manage risk against, really. This 23-day, which is right around 34-ish. So you put your stop around $34, and it's 93 cents of risk, right? That's not bad at all. A little bit of negative volume coming in, but distribution volume. But overall, I like how it's easy to manage risk. That's EVH, JOBY. So here's one. Again, looks like it was a SPAC. Ran up hard. Now it came back, held this area, and now it's moving higher. Well, as this kind of builds out a little bit, I think it's a place you can manage risk against. It's a lower price name, right? 655. But if we can get these moving averages to kind of line up and kind of bunch up, that would be very, very constructive. So that's what I'm watching for. Hertz, HTZ. Again, kind of moved sideways for a while. Nice little move up here. And again, just needs these moving averages to catch up a little bit, right? And that's kind of the story that we're seeing here, right? Moving averages need to catch up. We had big moves over the last couple of weeks, month or so. So we have to see, is it a real move or is it a counter trend rally? We'll find out. So a lot of these are don't jump in. It's just kind of see, let's wait, let's see, let's watch. ENPH, of course, has been very, very strong, but now it's starting to move sideways. Moving averages starting to catch up. Still needs a little bit more time. Would love to see a little retest here. That'd be awesome. LSCC, another semiconductor name. Again, love how this is kind of consolidating right over here. I could probably just, do something like this, right? And maybe it makes the inverse head and shoulders, comes back and makes it, goes around. But starting to set up, needs a little bit more time. And OVT, Novanta, beautiful move up right here, and then just sideways action. Love that. So yeah, let's keep watching that. Moving average is almost caught up to it. Needs a little bit more time, but it looks really good. CLR, another oil and gas type name. Holding up. Love the power of 3 right there, which is really, really cool. If it's going to go, it's going to go real quick. If you're wrong, it's going to be an easy out, right? So love that. Next up is Sentinel-1. Let's get that. I don't know. I can never get this one right. Sentinel-1. There it is. Yeah, had a VCP, which is this higher lows against this green area right there. It broke out, came back, retested. Great spot for a position right here, right? If you're wrong, I would use, $26 or so, right? The 23-day moving average, that's a decent spot. It's about 7% roughly. But it looks great. So that's Sentinel-1. FLYW, Flywire. You do have this declining 200-day overhead, so you got to be aware of that. But overall, it's looking pretty good. There's nothing doing wrong. Again, you could use this rising 23-day, which is right in the green shaded area now. And I'd probably say a smaller position because it's underneath a declining 200-day. I don't usually like these, but this one's doing okay. Is what it is. I definitely want to watch, if nothing else. AXNX. Nice move higher. Again, almost as all-time highs, a little extended at this point, but starting to get to the point where this 23 is going to be close enough where you may want to consider a position. What else? BEPC, coming up in this area. I love that everything is kind of lining up nice and bullish. Gap is holding, but just way extended. MTSI. Got above his 200-day. Love that. Nice accumulation volume. Nice little flag it's building. Again, just waiting for that moving average to catch up. VSH. very, very similar. I like how it made a higher high compared to this. So it doesn't mean a higher high compared to this, but this area. But overall, pretty good looking name. Doing everything right. Again, just may need a little bit more time. DV, double verify. Just 200 got above the 200 days, still declining the 200 days. So that's something to be aware of, but it's above it. So maybe we can start to get some flattening, and that would be very, very bullish, especially as these moving averages are starting to cross it. MANH, Manhattan Associates. Love that it kind of, and you can kind of see this was an area, right? And we're right there, right? We're right there. So maybe it needs to pull back or go sideways for a little bit longer. Had a nice big update right here, right? I think it was post earnings. Needs maybe a little more time, but I like if it could break out. That'd be really nice. PAYC, strong name. Just needs more time. Again, declining 200-day, but as it gets above it and moves sideways, we should start to see this start to flatten out a little bit. TTD, super strong move here. Again, these are names that I really want to pay attention to. And again, as it builds out, I like how the 200 days already flattening. That's really nice, but super extended. I guess you could play it against the 200-day if you really wanted to be in this name. So $68 would have to hold, and then you could manage risk against there if you had to be there. But we may see some drift back or pull back towards it as these kind of meet up, and that'd be a better risk reward entry, in my opinion. Last one on this list is Clear Secure. Again, you kind of have this area, we'll call it, somewhere around here, right? That's kind of the area. So declining 200-day, but again, it's trying to build the right side of a base. We'll see what happens. All right. So just a little recap. We are extended, but strong bull markets are strong bull markets. I don't like a declining 200-day as we're coming into it. I would expect sideways or some pullback. Market's going to do what it wants to do. It doesn't care what I have to say. So we'll see what happens. But overall, it's been a strong market at the bottom. I believe we're still in a buy the dip market. The internals are telling me that. If you caught my stocks to watch video, you saw that. And so that's what I'm saying. As if the internals start to change, you know what? I will let you guys know again in my super follows. If you're watching, it'll be in my market notes. And if I see something very significant, I'll obviously do a special post on that. I always want to keep you guys up to date. Anyway, hope you all have a good week. I hope you stay safe out there. If you haven't ratcheted up your stops, ratchet up stops. Maybe buy into strength if you have some strength going there, because markets will not go straight up. There will be pullbacks, there will be dips, there will be sideways motion, grinding. That's just the way they work. So take profits when you can. Y'all have a great week. Take care.